Welcome back to Ozarks Tonight. Well, it's tax season, everyone's favorite time of year, and there's actually a lot of changes to taxes this year that we'll get into. Ben Dickerson, office manager, preparer, and instructor with H&R Block, is joining me today to kind of hash out some of the changes in the tax code this year that people are seeing when they file their taxes. Ben, welcome to the show. Kind of talk about how tax reform is impacting people when they fill out their taxes this year. What are some of the main questions you've seen?
Well, one of the main questions I've seen, John, is really just what are the changes? You know, there's a lot of things happening with the tax code, things that have already happened, like, for instance, the standard deductions have doubled in value, personal exemptions have went away, all of the brackets have gotten wider, all the percentages have changed, you know, so there is quite a bit going on this year. And it has caused, you know, a lot of swings in people's refunds, you know, mostly now in the positive, you know, so people have been wondering what's the impact going to be and, you know, what can we do about it in the future.
Now, when people come in, is there a group of taxpayers that will be impacted more by this tax code? And if so, who are they? Well,
it's really specific and subjective. You might have somebody that was, say, a 1040EZ equivalent filer. If they didn't adjust their withholdings, they had less pulled out of their check, therefore possibly a smaller refund. So it's folks like that where we make sure we do the proper tax planning, adjust those withholdings so that they can plan for next year and not have the surprise happen again. Same thing could happen with a retired person with no dependents. Now, if you're talking about somebody that has children that are under the age of 17, that child tax credit has doubled to $2,000. So even though they had less pulled out of their check, if they didn't adjust their withholdings, they might see a bigger refund because of that bigger credit. So there's lots of moving parts and there's lots of individual family situations. So it's really hard to have a blanketing statement about who will or won't see a positive benefit in their refund amount.
So for those that haven't filed their taxes so far for this year, maybe anticipate a possible surprise, maybe hold back some money, don't spend so much between now and mid-April, just in case you have to pay in a little bit more than maybe previously thought?
I would say it depends, once again, on the taxpayer. Now, in our offices, we have already adjusted for a lot of people's withholdings, so they're not experiencing the same surprise that others might because we've already done that tax planning. Now, there's nothing you can do about the withholdings that have already occurred. So if somebody does see a surprise in their refund, we're making sure that we adjust the withholdings for the future year so it doesn't happen again. And we've had all the appropriate training and classes to make sure that that happens.
Now, if people aren't happy with their refund amount this year, you said you can adjust their withholdings going forward. Anything they can do for this tax season, or is it kind of you know, too late at this point?
Well, there are some things you can do, like, for instance, you can make a contribution to a traditional IRA. You can actually use that to reduce your total taxable income. That's one of the few things that you can do after the year ended to manipulate your outcome in the positive direction. But once again, the national averages now are up as far as total refund amount. So it depends very subjectively on who you are, what type of life situation you had, what type of income you had, as to whether or not you're going to see a positive or negative swing in your refund. Also, you know, if you had less pulled out of your check, there's less in which to be refunded. So you saw tax savings in the form of an increase in paycheck. So even though maybe you didn't see as good of a refund when you filed, you saw it incrementally with each paycheck you got.
What are some of the most common mistakes that you see when taxpayers come in?
The most common mistake that I'm seeing right now is if you're in a county with that only had one insurance provider in the state of Missouri, then you're not supposed to be getting a penalty for not having health insurance, which is still the case for all of the tax year 2018. It didn't end until the beginning of 2019.
Yeah, a lot of confusion there on that.
Yeah, lots of confusion. So you've got people that are filing, they're getting this penalty. It's no longer obvious on the return, if you want to call it obvious. But anyway, you can't really see it as easily to see if you even got penalized. So if you're just using a questionnaire-based software and you're just saying, no, I didn't have insurance, you might be getting a $700 penalty and you have no idea it happened. So we've been making sure to fix those, and also in certain counties in Missouri, we can also fix them retroactively. So we're talking 2017 as well. We can get people out of these penalties. So if you know, anybody that's gotten one of these penalties needs to have us look at it so that we can see if we can get them out of it.
If someone has already filed their taxes so far this year and they realize they might see the segment and they realize, hey, I made a mistake, is there anything they can do? Can they refile for this year as well?
Yes. Actually, we can look at them for free, and then if there's any changes that need to be made, we'll let them know. You can fix the 2018 return by amending it, and we can also fix 17, 16, and 15. We do a lot of second looks. We do a lot of that kind of work, and we find a lot of errors.
One thing for someone that hasn't filed yet for this year, can you recommend one thing for taxpayers to do first thing before they start filing, and then one thing going forward, maybe a suggestion for next year as well?
Well, the first thing is don't wait, so get on it. But, the other thing is, if for some reason you have a situation where you want to file on time anyway, because there's a 5% penalty up to 25% of the total tax for, when you don't file on time. So even if you go ahead and file anyway, because there's lots of ways that you can, take care of that tax debt. That's a lot easier than what people might think. There's installments, there's ways that you can stretch payments out over time, there's a lot of things you can do. So if you're one of those folks where you saw possibly a negative impact in your refund, file anyway, get it done. Don't get stuck with a penalty just because you didn't want to pay it. And then we can help with that whole process. Plus, there's a lot of cases. Oh, and another thing, too, you asked earlier things that I have seen. I've seen a lot of 1099 miscellaneous, especially Uber drivers, Lyft, those types of places. When people get those types of forms, there is a much more complicated tax return that has to be done. And if you just enter one of those in some software and you don't have a tax professional get you all the deductions you're entitled to, you end up paying quite a bit more than you should in self-employment tax. And you'll find that is to your benefit to get someone that knows what they're doing to do it instead.
Definitely great advice. Vin, thanks so much for coming in. We'll have more, we'll answer more of your tax questions on our podcast. You can find that at ozarksfirst.com. Ozarks Tonight. We'll be right back after this.